I'm back. I was about to go back and do something. And Spirit like, nope. Talk about it. Oh my God. Y'all finna get these dating lessons. But first, all right, don't you start yelling in my video, Delta. I'm about tired of yelling at you. But first, make sure y'all get the ebook, You Are Not It, Sis. It's for men and women. It'll be in the link below, and the affirmation book that'll help you build your life. If y'all are single women trying to build your life and you want to come up and you want to start increasing your income and doubling your income with the affirmations, all right? Pick you out whatever your favorite is and post it around the house and journal it, write it a few times to sort of stick in your head, listen to them at night, and things like that. So today, well, again, today's topic is, because the same day, married men versus single men. When you're dating, married men versus single men when you're dating, okay? When you're dating, and I'm gonna make these quick because I want these to be like little nuggets for y'all, because it's gonna be, like I said, hot girl summer, hot summer mama, and all that stuff. Men looking for young girls to manipulate and, whatever. People looking to date and get out there because it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be summer dress, sandal time. So everybody finna start being half naked. All right. So with that said, know what y'all looking for. Go look through the other videos. I'm gonna put them in a playlist for y'all, relationship playlist for y'all, so y'all can just go through them when y'all want to, when you need to, if a date comes up. Married men versus single men. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? Married men, you have limited time. Limited time. They're not staying. They go do what they do, take you out to dinner, sneak out the house. You're the side chick. Everybody has been a side chick at some time, I'm pretty sure, because men have lied and sneaky link the term. I only use the terms because that's today's term. I don't even care about titles or in things like that. But so that we'll know how to categorize what we're talking about, the word sneaky link or double life. A man or woman living a double life, or a man or a woman being a sneaky link, or being a side chick or a side dude, okay? Those are the terms, all right? So a married person is somebody that has a family already, and they just want to play around, spice up their life. They getting bored at home. Their wife is not doing what the wife needs to do. For whatever reason, they're having marital issues. So the fire is dwindling down, and the man still got needs, and the man's going to get them fulfilled. Now, sometimes that's a bad thing, because all of it's a bad thing, but the bad thing about it is the wife will go, well, go cheat, because you're not getting it from me. Well, you force your man to go cheat. But women don't want to admit that they do that, and when you pull away, that's what they're going to do anyway, because they're going to be like, it's few men that will stay faithful in that part of the phase of a marriage. First of all, some will, if they got integrity, they'll work through it and they really won't cheat, or they just go sniff under another woman's neck or whatever. But then some will or will not. And so y'all got to make sure, and I know it's not none of our faults if they didn't tell us they were married. Trust me. And it's not none of the men's fault if women didn't tell y'all they were married. Sometimes people are separated but haven't got divorced yet, but that's technically still married, even though they're no relationship with their ex-partner, man or woman. They don't see them, they don't talk to them, they're completely cut off, they don't have their number. They still are married technically by law, because they haven't got the official divorce papers. So you guys, when you're dealing with that type of marriage person, dating a married person, that person like that's separated but still legally on paper, they can't marry you. So you need to make sure they get divorce papers before you put your heart into it, because if you don't, you're going to wound up hurt. That's a third party in the tarot, of course. That's putting your heart out there and to get crushed because their wife or husband the wife or the husband, whoever is the one that's leaving, may fight them on the divorce, may not give it to them, right? May be just an asshole about it and not really sign the papers and prolong it and, you know, don't show up in court and whatever the excuse is, right? So that puts you in a third party. But if you develop feelings for this person, now you're kind of stuck, because you're like stuck, but like her says, the singer, stuck between a rock and a hard place, because you love the person, or you've grown to love the person, or you want to get to know the person and you want to be monogamous with the person, but you can't really be monogamous with the wife there and having the papers there that haven't got a official signed off divorce thing. So make sure y'all, when you're dating out there this summer 2023 or whenever going forward, that y'all are asking for the information y'all need up front, so y'all don't get your heart trampled on out there dating men that are married, but they're divorced. But they're separated and they haven't got the official divorce. So a ring means you're married, and no ring when you're courting or dating or exclusive or monogamous and you just shacking, we call it in the old days, telling my age, you're just still single because you haven't got the ring. So we have to go by the proper law to get unringed, right? So that's what I mean by married. So the man could be technically married and you're the side chick, or the man lied and said they wasn't married and you're the side chick, or the man is separated, officially or legally separated, but still hadn't filed for the divorce, or will say the wife won't give it to him, or vice versa. The woman might say the husband won't give it to him because they really don't want the attachments. So that's a person that's sort of kind of emotionally unavailable, financially unavailable, emotionally unavailable, because they could want to stay in the marriage because it's cheaper to keep her. Cheap, when they got kids involved and young ones, because they don't want the child support, or because of their pension, they don't want to lose their pension because they may have so much money in a IRA or 401k, or if it's a business or a house involved. And a lot of times, and what else will tie it up to women and men is if there's a property involved. If there's a property involved and they can't negotiate on the selling price, that will tie up them detaching from that relationship, which kind of will halt it too, because you want to know where it's going to go, and you don't want to get into a relationship with somebody that still got ties to another person, and then y'all trying to build something together. You want to be completely out of it. And for anybody that is separated like that, and you're separated and you're still married on paper and not officially divorced, don't start nothing new. Don't start nothing new, because now your ex is part of that new thing that you started, because you're legally still married, so they could come after it. So you better hold your shit till you well divorced, on paper, because they could come after it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and you don't want them to have something that you created for your stability by being single again. You don't want them to have that. So protect yourself with that. Go see a legal marriage attorney and see how you do that, and to file divorces and because I'm not that. And that's just like a sidebar note disclaimer. But the thing with dating people like that is they're not all the way there. And women get their feelings in it, because if you start sleeping with a married man, your feelings are going to be in it before they're in it, right? And what if the woman wants them back and they're just separated and not really divorced, and they go back to their wife, or the woman goes back to her husband? So that's why you want to be careful and not really do that, because you'll catch yourself in the middle of it and brokenhearted and feeling like you've been used and abused and now thrown out because they decide to go back and patch it up. So y'all got to keep that in mind. Do background checks and find out. Ask for divorce papers and find out, so y'all can make sure that these people are literally divorced if they were married, because that's not fun and that's not fair. And just to have a play night or a play person for however many months they want to play along, that's not good, because y'all going to wake up with the short end of the stick. And y'all going to have to go heal from that, because y'all thinking you're building a relationship while this man's coming out of, or woman's coming out of a relationship, and you're not building nothing because they ain't never got out of it. So, and then they have to heal. So y'all got to allow them space to heal from a soul tie that was deep on many levels. And I like to name them just so y'all know. Spiritual, I don't know why she likes to talk when I start talking. Spiritual, physical, psychological, emotional, financial, and mental, and social. Because the social circle, the network, that y'all may know the same friends, right? Y'all may know the same friends. So that alone is like a social network. So those levels right there, especially how long you've been married to the person, like if it wasn't a 4-year marriage or a 3-year marriage, it was a 10 or 15 or 20, the deeper the tie is going to be. So y'all got to still give that person coming out of the marriage time enough to heal, because they're not going to heal just like that. Even though some men jump from one relationship to the other to get over, women do that too. So, but that's not healing. They're just going to project that trauma into the next relationship, and it's going to be a disaster. So even if y'all dating a married man or not, y'all still got to give them space. Y'all still got to give them space, because they need time. They need time to heal. They need time to heal and absorb whatever they needed to absorb to be a better person for you, and vice versa. If you're a woman, you need your space to be able to absorb and to heal, so you don't project any of that trauma of that last relationship into the new relationship, whether it's a karmic or not. You still don't want to carry the baggage, the luggage across. And most people do, and that's why other relationships end up failing, or people end up married 2 or 3 times or 4 times, because it's like, nah, you know, or some people just say, freaking forget it, because the first time we married for love and not money or business or to grow, we think we got love at first. No, you have to grow toward that, because love is action. You ain't got no action at first. No action, traction. You know, at first, enough to say that it's love. We can love the person that we see, yeah, the divinity in them, which we naturally do, because we understand source still lives in everybody. So yeah, we love you, but you got to grow into loving somebody. You can't just go full, you know, feet, head in, and googly eyed and call that love. That's the infatuation stage. All right. That's the lust stage. So it's not really love. You got to let that burn off. The distance, or burn it off. Distance make the heart go fonder, right? So take things slow. Let things kind of dwindle down and see what kind of connection is there, what kind of compatibility there, what type of complementary that y'all may have with each other, you know, and things like that. And then get to know each other on those different levels. You want to know what a woman or man's mind do for you. Like, do they stimulate you without touching you, right? That's that spiritual shit, you know, because y'all know I'm spiritual. So spiritual is being able to talk to a woman or a man and stimulate them mentally, you know. That's some good stuff, okay? Not down there on the bottom floor, all right? So that's marriage. And marriage has a limitation. You know, with marriage, that they're most likely not going to spend holidays with you. So you're going to be alone, unless you're going to have another friends with benefit, or another, you know, one of your options that you go hang out with, or go to Christmas parties with, if that's what you do, or dances and stuff like that with. Else you're going to be alone, or they may have to sneak out, you know, and see you kind of like that. And it's like, who wants to be sneaking out? Who wants to be sneaking around? Nobody got time for that. So that's one thing y'all going to have to look forward to. They're not going to always be there when you actually need them. You can't call them in the middle of the night. You got to call them on breaks, call them when they're on the drive home. You can't call them when you need to. So that's like having somebody that's really not reliable, okay? Because you got to respect that other woman's house, and he's trying to keep you in the closet and keep you secret, and vice versa. If it was a woman with a dude, you ain't calling them at all times of night and early in the morning. You can't do that. So, and then there's laws now. There's laws now. So you can't do that. You got to be very careful not to do that, because there's laws where the side person can get sued. all right, when lied to like that. And even though the person lied to, that's why I said check the background, check the records. Who was they married to? Pull that bitch up and say, no, who are you married to? I want to see the divorce papers. I want to see it for myself. I'll bring you a copy. No. What is the county? I have my papers. Yeah. You have your papers. I have my papers if y'all both been married and divorced. So that way there's no discrepancy, right? So dating a married person, if that's what y'all into and now y'all can't get out of it, y'all got to find a way to get out of it, because nothing's ever going to come out of that. That man's not going to leave that woman if he got small kids and got to pay child support. Most likely he going to wait till he's 18 or 24 before he leave. And then probably not, depending on what they built, because they don't want to divide it and give them anything anyway. So they don't want to go through that fight and hustle. They rather just make y'all life miserable and string y'all the fuck along and make y'all leave. And that's pretty much the decision some of y'all gonna have to make. You have to leave with nothing but that damn paper if you really want out. And you have to build your life all over again, because they're gonna make it hell because that was a narcissist and you didn't have yourself built up already previously before you went into that. So you went into that needy. So now they got you where they want you. And that's what narcissists do. They try to get you like codependent, stuck, needing them. And you'll never leave, but you take their crap and then they still go cheat with somebody else. So then they got 3 or 4 women they're cheating on. You know, and then sometimes they know about each other and sometimes they don't, you know, and vice versa with women, I suppose, right? So that's the thing you don't want to do with married men, because just because if you start catching feelings and you want something serious, you may not get it. And you're going to be stuck as a side chick for 10, 6, 7, 8 years and you could have been and had a whole soulmate, one that loves you for you, healed yourself by then, and attracted a soulmate by then. They just blocking the doorway. They blocking the doorway from the person so the other person, the new person, the real person doesn't see you. So we got to get people out of the doorway. All right. So now, dating a single man, you know they're available if they are available, if they are emotionally available on all those levels, if they've healed, if they've worked on themselves, and women likewise. I got to say that for the fellas, because I got a few men on my page. So it's a balanced date. So vice versa with everything I say, y'all. Sometimes I may say it, sometimes I may not say it, sometimes I'll say it later in the conversation. But just know it's a balanced date. Whatever I say for the woman or that I'm talking to, because it's more women, I'm saying it for men too, because I know some of y'all get abused and manipulated by some of these narcissist females out here. You know, these manipulators. So with the single men, make sure they're single, make sure they're healed, make sure they're emotionally available. All right. Time restraint wise, affectionate wise. You know, they come in to help you when you need help. You can call on them for advice, like they're there for you. Like, especially if you're getting serious. If you're just dating casually, okay, you may not be on that level yet or thinking about that level yet, just kind of going with the flow. But you can only go with the flow for so long. You need to start making some type of exit, depending on how long it is. Like, if it ain't going nowhere and y'all dating or just kicking it, it ain't going nowhere, because it's time to exit. Because you're going to waste time. You're going to waste your time when you could be, like I said, with somebody else that has the time and has the emotional availability for you and the financial ability for you, you know, and on the bar or whatever, you feel like you've healed to whatever level, right? So you got a lot to think about when you're dealing with married men and single men, because it ain't too far off, because sometimes single men want to keep their options open too. So you got to live with that too, you know. So make sure y'all have some options too. Make sure y'all have some dates, you know, that y'all can go on when that person don't show up, or that person stands you up, or that, you know, that person say they're going to come do something and they don't show up, or you're going to take a trip and they don't show up. You know, everything happens under the sun, you know, because of divine timing or whatever the reason is. You know, maybe it's divine timing. Maybe it's because they didn't have any intentions to do it anyway, and just gaslighting, love bombing. You know, we got to stop seeing through rose-colored glasses in the illusion, like, because we want it so bad. Just be patient and bag the fuck off and say, you know what? Y'all need to tell yourself, chill the fuck out. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, chill the fuck out. We're good here. We're honestly good here. You gotta do like Abraham Hicks. If everybody know the affirmation lady, Jerry and Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, and go, nothing's really going on here. We're absolutely. She says nothing's really going on here. Nothing's going on here, right? So y'all, whatever that state, whatever the answer is, y'all gotta know that nothing's going on right here. Y'all okay right there. It's just that we think we're not okay because everybody has somebody and we long for companionship and we want companionship, whether we want it 2 or 3 times after or for the first time being married. We want to have a house. We want to have a family. But that takes work. So y'all got to be ready for that. All right. You got to be ready and willing to put in the effort it's going to take if you want it to be for the long haul and for longevity. If you don't want to be tied down, just date and put that out in the front. I'm dating. I don't want to be tied down, but I go on random dates or whatever y'all do. Because y'all can go to do the same thing. You can go on random dates. You know, that person may be busy one week. You got somebody else the next week to take you out. Okay. You don't have to sleep with everybody you date. All right. Even though that's what they want, you still don't have to do it. You got the last say. So no matter how much money they spend, you still got the last say. So, be careful with that. If you're dating off these sites, check their background. For safety reasons, check their background. Because stalkers, Chester, the child molesters be on there, pedophiles be on there, rapists be on there. If that's y'all thing, that's y'all thing. I'm not telling y'all what to do on that one. But just use caution. Use caution when you're doing dating sites. And make sure you're meeting this person in a public place. You're driving your own car, okay? Don't ride with a person like that you meet online. I'll pick you up. No, you won't. I'll meet you there. Where we going? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. You don't know. So again, do backgrounds on people. Don't trust people saying what they really are and what they really about. Anybody can lie, you know. So consider everybody a lie until proven otherwise. You know, everybody's just a liar, okay? Because we know people lie, and the representative is who shows up anyway. You know, so we know they're lying anyway. So they're going to try to make the conversation look good so they can get a second date and get a third date and then get a fourth date at the house. You know, so yeah, they're going to be on their best ass behavior. They're going to be on their best behavior if they're faking and they're lying and they really don't want a relationship, but just want to get you to the house eventually. All right. So single men, make sure they're single too. Make sure they ain't got no criminal background. Do y'all background checks. Do y'all divorce checks. You know, how long has it been since you divorced? Like, cause that'll tell you if they're healed. How long has it been since you've been divorced? So that'll tell you how long they've been healed. They've been doing hopefully healing work. What did you get from it? You know, you ain't got to go personal. Why did it divorce? What was the reason? You know, they may say somebody cheated. They might say it didn't work out. You know, you got a right to know if you're trying to get serious and get to know, but don't be drill sergeanting somebody like they're going to apply for the Army. How long has it been? Do you still have interactions with your ex-husband or your ex-wife? Because you might be a man or a woman that don't want a person like that, you know, because people tend to go back and sleep with their ex, and people tend to really do that, and other people know it, so they tend to think that about everybody, even though it may not be like that around everybody. They just like, no, that means you hitting it or they hitting it. And certainly the buying the roommates with the ex to save money. No. See, that would leave open for that type of thought process. They sleeping together. They still splitting the bills. What kind? And they could have a kid. You know, or they can have, you know, want to still be back. I don't know, but it's weird. But some people like to co-parent, but I don't know about that co-parent and stuff like that, where y'all sharing the damn house as a roommate, you know, because I don't know about that. That's to each his own. Y'all got to decide what you will tolerate and what you won't, what you approve of and what you don't. Just like they're going to do the same thing about us. I want a woman to do this. I want a woman to do this. Everybody got rules and regulations. So y'all are welcome and gladly to have y'all own rules and regulations as women. So make sure you got something, because they got something, okay? They know what kind of woman they want. Don't mean they won't try to hit you, like hit it and quit it. Why, I might as well. I'm taking them out. See? I'm taking them out, spending my money. I might as well hit it and quit it. Because men can love without emotion. Women typically can't. If the more you sleep with a man, the more you're going to be emotionally attached. Because you've created a soul tie. So don't go in there sleeping with people unless that's what you want to get that fix, and you already know that's what you're going in there for. Then you still may get attached at some degree. A lot of women say, no, I can control that. No, you can't, because that's not how we're wired, really. You're going to have some type of attachment. I guarantee if you saw that man with somebody the next day, your ass will be pissed the fuck off. Be like, I thought you didn't care about him, oh, I didn't know. See, it'd be that hidden. It's so hidden, it's so subtle that we don't even know. We try to play hard and brush it off. No, every time you sleep with a man, you are going to get emotionally attached, because that's the way we're wired to give that love, to be loved, to feel that love. That's why we have children, because it's love, right? So we're going to naturally have that anyway. So unless you just don't have a soul, that's a different story. But be careful out there and ask y'all questions. Now, if they lie to y'all and y'all ask them all these questions and they lie to y'all, and then y'all find out months later or a year later they was fucking married and 2 years married, or you found out 2 years later, that's not y'all fault. Don't beat yourself up about that. Don't beat yourself up about that man lying to y'all, because he knew what he was fucking doing. I know it's gonna hurt. Get over it, heal, move on, and don't let that person come back. Because if they're going to lie to you about that up front, then they're going to lie to you about something else. They're going to keep lying, and they can't be trusted because they prove they can't be trusted. So be careful who y'all taking back. Be careful who y'all, as much as you can, as much as the law allow. Be careful who you're dating. Get you a dating fact checklist or something, and run that data and see what type of person they is. Because and I'm not saying judge them because they went to jail, because some people, y'all know, they put people in jail without having to do anything wrong. So I'm not saying they do anything wrong all the time, but you just want to know who you're dealing with so there's no surprises. Is there anyone else do you believe in poly relationships, open relationships? Because some men want that. You don't want to start developing a relationship with somebody that think they're poly or want to be poly, but they hadn't said it, because they ain't gave y'all a chance to choose what you want to be in, which is unfair. So don't let somebody take y'all choice away in a relationship that y'all don't know nothing about. What kind of options that are available, because they never said nothing. That's very deceitful. So lay all the cards on the table. If they want same, buys or, trans or whatever type of relationship they into, down, low, whatever, you need to know that up front. Because you may not be a man or a woman that engage in that stuff because of your creator, right? Because of your belief system, whatever that may be, right? Because it's many. So you got to be up front. But when people lie to y'all, just know it's not y'all fault. Because if y'all ask the questions, that's them that did the lying. And they're going to get karma for that. Everybody's going to get karma for whatever they did. If it wasn't in a pure heart, in a beneficial for the whole, the collective, to elevate, to help, everybody getting karma. Even married and divorced people, blah, 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 blah. If you're a side chick or not, or if you're a wife and a side chick cheated with your husband, everybody's going to get karma. Everybody's going to get it. So I hope that helps. I was about to go over there and fix me some product coffee or heat up that medicine ball over there from Starbucks. And I said, married, that's a good topic for them, because it's summertime next month. And I was like, dang, some of these men going to be like, they acting like they brand new out there, like they ain't even going to be married. So we needed to get this one out. So give y'all time enough to do whatever y'all got to do, and make sure y'all are being honest and forthright too. with these men if you're a woman. Don't be lying to these people, you know, and don't be taking these men by y'all homes and by y'all babies and y'all don't know these men, all right? Because some, like I said, could be child molesters or pedophiles or rapists. So don't do that. Keep your baby safe and keep yourself safe, all right? Think about safety first, okay? So I think that's it for this one. I'm not going to say too much. Maybe I'll have a part 2 later, but that's all that just channeled in. So I'm not going to keep these. If these don't have to be long, they're not going to be long like what I do on the other side. But I just want to give y'all some little nuggets. Whenever Spirit drop some inspiration, I want to be able to put it out there for y'all. And make sure y'all go to the website and get the You're Not It Sis book. And men, it's for y'all too. And get the affirmation so you can change your lifestyle and get you some home-based business going. Check my playlist out. I got a wealth of information over there on the playlist for y'all to learn. Check it out. Check it out, honey. Check it out. All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate your peace, love, and harmony.